O Canada, kami ginahinu, enuwidenek, when gejidoch dan tuju, sachge salulek megide dulek kisne gelniye dante sie.
We are Mi'kmaq, today's Mi'kmaq youth. We are preparing ourselves to tell the story of the residential school, the story of its survivors and their legacy.
It is a story of the past that is not to be forgotten. This will allow the healing to begin.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I stand before you today to offer an apology to former students of Indian residential schools. The treatment of children in Indian residential schools is a sad chapter in our history. Two primary objectives of the residential school system were to remove and isolate children from the influence of their home, families, traditions, and cultures, and to assimilate them into the dominant culture.
I am told I am going to a place where I will learn, called residential school. Mom went. I have arrived. I am placed in a home not mine. It's cold, dark, and old. Made to dress in clothes not mine. Made to eat food not from the land. Made to speak a language not mine. I am alone and scared, wondering why this is better for me. I am told to be silent when I visit home. This is my future, so why am I so lost?
I've written down some of the things that they've said, but they're just words that will never be read again, with such meaning. I feel as if their words will be lost over time with all this. The truth is more scary than what you read in a book. The truth coming from their mouth is more scary than anything you could ever imagine. The things that they felt inside of there, they shared with us that day. They shared their pain. They shared their fear. They also shared all of their stories and every bad thing that happened to them. When they felt fear, I felt fear.
I don't like to repeat myself too often, but there's a hurt in my heart for what the nuns did to me and to some of my friends that were in Shubi at the same time. How cruel they were to us. My.
And in any joint venture, each of the parties expects to benefit. And the government expected to benefit from our land, and the church expected to benefit from our souls. Those were the two things they wanted from us. My worldview or paradigm shifted violently, suddenly, permanently. Everything now looks different than it did before Indian residential schooling. The air smells different. The food tastes different. The sounds are different. And my outlook, my perspective of the world, has changed in every area of my life.
I saw a little girl with her hands tied above her head to the bed because she had bloody noses night and day. I saw little girls hold sheets over her sheet until they dried because she wet the bed. I saw children line up to be strapped while only a few girls were talking in lines or dormitories. I saw children shivering in their beds because of the thin blankets. I saw girls forced to eat their own vomit. I saw children gagging on their food because they didn't like it and then swallow it in fear of the nun's mighty hand. I saw and heard children sobbing in the night I saw children hanging out of windows from the top floor to use the bathroom so they wouldn't wet their beds. I saw children line up to show the crotch of their underwear for viewing by the nun in charge.
They put me in a residential school when I was 6 years old. Forced me from my family and all I'd ever known. I cried out for my mama, but she could not hear me. I was 200 miles away in Shubenacadie.
Well, when we were kids, we were taken to the residential school, and everybody was all put in foster homes. 3 of us was put in the residential school, and some of my family were adopted out. So when we got older, we tried to find our siblings, and there's one that lives in Alberta that we found out. We have never met him yet. And a sister that lives in Ontario. She's married and living in Ontario. And we have never met her yet. So all the rest of us have met each other, except for those two. So we're hoping hope we someday have a family reunion. Yeah.
After the apology in 2008, I went to a powwow in Eskasoni. Everybody was talking about the apology, whether they accepted it, rejected it, whether they forgave, were able to forgive. And I asked one of the survivors if she accepted the apology, and she said, I accept the apology. I forgive them. I forgive everything that ever happened to me. I don't want to carry their garbage anymore. I'm happy. I'm happy with my life. I'm helping the survivors. That's what I want to do, and I'm happy. My happiness is my revenge. Thank you for listening to me.
What do you think the youth's role should play in this process?
Well, first of all, the point has to be made as often as necessary, and that when we talk about the residential school experience, we are talking about a Canadian experience. It isn't just about the people that attended residential schools. It isn't just about the survivors. We're talking about a Canadian experience. We're talking about a part of Canada's history. Unfortunately and sadly, one important chapter is missing in the story, and that's the story about us, and in particular, the story of the residential school experience.
First of all, I would like to thank you guys for letting me be your youth honorary witness. Not only it is important to be a youth and to talk about it because I'm a youth, but I'm here to represent my Grammy also, who wasn't here to be able to share her story, and she would love for everyone to hear her story. She never really told me about her story, but she told others. What really made me excited about coming here. Going into our hotel, I went into the elevator, and I met up with this woman, and she's like, "Hi." She was pretty nice, and I told her why we were here, and she said, "Do you guys know anybody who went to the residential school?" And I said, "Yeah, my Grammy, Teresa Sillaboy." And she said I shared a room with her. And that made me feel like she does count. Everyone counts in this world. Not only that they are gone, but they do have a place. And everybody knows who they are. Listening to the survivors talk about their stories made me realize we don't learn much about this in our school. And I think us youths, we have the rights to learn about what has happened in our history. Before I came here today, I did not know what to really expect. I did not know much about it because my grandmother never told me about it. She always kept it to herself, but always to others, but not with the family. I find she must have felt bad to tell me about it, to make her feel that she wasn't strong in front of me. But to me, she is a very strong woman. All of you survivors are very strong to tell us their stories today. I can see the damage it has done. Listening to them.
I see this reservation as it was 10 years ago. First Nation people are on a repeat. I see no place to work. I have an education, but where will I go? What will I do? I don't want to leave my home, my community. The reason why I speak this negativity is because there ain't nothing being done. I see troubled homes, families broken, and no one understands why. Unable to show their love to their children and afraid to connect to their community. Our language was taken, not by choice, but today I have no one to speak it with. My language is my culture. How can we speak it? My brothers and sisters, we need more. Our future can't just be about abuse. We are more. This cycle must stop. The pain must stop. We are Mi'kmaq. I will reclaim my language. We are proud. Our healing must begin today. Education, strong leaders, healthy minds, strong bodies, and working communities will make a better future. My Mi'kmaq community will heal. We will overcome what has happened.
I felt it was really hard to hear what went on in the residential school, but I'm glad we went to hear and understand their stories.
I never knew that I was the survivor. I knew Dada went to residential school, but I didn't understand his experience affected me and my mom.
I'm so thankful for the TRC and the ICTJ for giving us this opportunity. It made me realize how much it impacted us as First Nation people and that we have to improve our community.
The legacy of residential school is his legacy. My legacy is to tell the world.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yo, listen up. This song has a very important meaning. Yo, As the night falls and the days they change, we need to think about ourselves, us as natives, losing our heritage. Doesn't anybody care? Do we really see what we'll be in 20 years? That's right, we'll be regular people with our culture gone, polluted by evil. We need to really look at this as a problem. This is who we are. We can't just stop it. Half of us don't even speak our language. Where did it go? It couldn't just vanish. It was just right there. I swear I just had it. Residential school, it's all just madness, and I'm seeing it day by day. I'm watching it all just fade away. We gotta make it right. We gotta do something, 'cause soon all we'll have left is nothing.